Hello friends, this is Coldrun back with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We're here, last session, we're here in the Great Work in Thavnair. Last time, Nadana got captured. We learned a bit about Fandaniel's history as Amon, the Hannibal Lecter-ish, monstrous, sadist artist of Allag? Allag? I don't know. And let's continue with Thancred, the Satrap of Radz-at-Han. Now, this kid has always been sus to me. I don't remember his name offhand. Varshahn? I don't remember his name. I apologize. He's always been sus to me. He's always seemed like he's hiding something. I thought he was hiding something sinister. Maybe he's actually the Satrap of Radz-at-Han. Maybe he is the Satrap. Maybe not. I don't know. Thancred's wearing a grim expression. Thancred. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nadana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Yeah, they're not going to be... It's not unexpected to them. They knew that there was risk of her getting kidnapped if she got close to kidnapped or tempered or something. Exuberant alchemist. Oh, Nadana, sob. Accomplished alchemist. Can you answer me this? Though Nadana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Yes, she is. It looks like she's not in a great place. She's being drained of her faith, I guess? Accomplished alchemist. Then we... Spirited alchemist. Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype worked perfectly. This Nadana proved at her peril to herself. Yeah, this is what Nadana would want. This is not what I want. I want to drop everything and rescue her beautiful elephant ass, but I think this is the right thing to do. So let us make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. That's right, and this is the first step to saving them anyway. Accomplished alchemist, as alchemist, this is how we will help win the fight. His mutton chops are amazing, by the way, the accomplished alchemist. Big fan. Big supporter. Varshahn. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. Oh, never mind. Maybe my theory is immediately wrong if the satrap is going to communicate via a link pearl while Varshahn is right here. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nadana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet with you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radz-at-Han for an audience with His Excellency? Okay, if they're not going to show the satrap speaking while Varshahn is right here, then I'm going to keep my Varshahn as the satrap theory alive. Thancred, we should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to benefit to all. Fly. I'm gonna get it. Okay, sorry. Varshahn. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Okay, so we're going into Radz-at-Han earlier than I expected. I thought that might be like a later game thing. We've reached the gates. Thancred. Of the satrap, I only knew the common tidbits. That though the position is hereditary, he is not considered a sovereign, and that despite possessing considerable authority, he wields it sparingly. Given the esteem in which the locals hold him, however, it's safe to assume he's good at his job. We could do far worse for an ally. Urianger. And I agree. Like, it sounds like he's... The fact that he has limited power and that I think it was, like, kind of self-imposed in a way, like, that gives me faith that this is not going to be another Pope 2.0. Urianger, be it here or in Eorzea, all share in the desire to deliver the captives. Thus united, I pray that we may join in the common cause with the satrap. That's right. If we get this working here, we might be able to save people from other towers too. Our new Beastmen allies included. Estinian. When I last visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. I expect you are correct. Okay, Varshahn. All present? Then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Okay, so maybe we'll be able to get into the city, but maybe it'll be like Yulemore, where we'll get into it, but we won't have like free reign over it until later.
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han.
Big city. Big city. Looks melded beautifully in with the rock face, with the cliff face.
Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things.
That is not a happy eye. That's a squinting... Oh, that's their symbol. That's like an eye that's watching you, that's like sus of you.
Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
I cannot wait to find out why Emmett Selk is the narrator for these things. Look at this beauty place.
Haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet.
Is that... No, that's smoke. I thought that was water flowing upward.
Vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Unspoiled Radz-at-Han.
But no such seems to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
That's why it was muted, because it's not like the place is in ruins now, but it's definitely more melancholy now. That was a close-up of someone without showing us their face. Was that Estinian? Maybe that was just Estinian.
Here we are. Megaduta.
Megaduta. Megaduta. Is this the Satrap's palace then? I like that it's also not on a... If it is, I hope...
It's a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
My distrust is going strongly down for this guy. I do trust him. I actually do trust him right now.
It would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come. We should head inside.
I was going to say, I like that there seem to be taller buildings than this. Like, this seems more like a regular government building than like the palace that all look upon and despair or anything like that.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Okay, I was 100% wrong. He is not the Satrap.
Ah, splendid. Most splendid.
His Excellency.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, Satrap of Radz-at-Han.
Ahawan.
Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale.
He's a dapper dude. I like his shoulder pads.
Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshahn convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
You may, and I like your voice. Syrupy. Yeah, but Nadana, she was taken. Our first concerns for Nadana.
A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nadana and the others.
And I agree. I agree that it will be.
I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
Thank you.
I think not.
Oh shit. Is he? Have I been seduced? Is he really not trustworthy?
Charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
He's not the Satrap, is he?
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
No, he's not the Satrap. Oh shit.
He hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
Okay, so it's a third person, not
As you
him,
wish.
not Ahawan, neither Ahawan nor Varshahn. We got the Wizard of Radz-at-Han, the man behind the curtain.
Assistance to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
My mouth is dropped right now. Holy fuck, this is better than I could have ever dreamed.
I am Vrtra,
Vrtra.
and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
This is the coolest twist I could ever possibly imagine. This is the dragon that they have an agreement with, who provides his scales. It's the Satrap.
Vrtra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelgr and Nidhogg.
Vrtra.
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsorn was spawn. I was last to hatch.
Isn't this a
Wow.
surprise? We were told Radz-at-Han had an alliance with the dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the Satrap's own hall.
I assume he is the Satrap at this point. I don't think Thancred thinks that, but that's what I think.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively.
Oh no, that's what Thancred was implying. Sat in the Satrap's own hall, like that's just an elegant, poetic way to say that is the Satrap. Okay.
In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vrtra, and Vrtra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair.
Yeah, enjoying being alive and all.
Next to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vrtra with reverence and respect.
Can we take a second to applaud Ahawan's, like the green, yellow, red, and brown, like increasingly long feathers coming out of the back of his hair? Really cool design.
And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured.
Is there a butt coming?
Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility.
Always the heroes.
When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vrtra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict.
How?
A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vrtra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz-at-Han.
But if Vrtra is still here, then your position as Satrap is just...
A charade. Yes. and one which my family
Oh.
has performed faithfully for generations.
Sorry, I was misunderstanding. So Ahawan is the satrap, but he's just like an absolute figurehead. Even more than a constitutional monarchy's monarch is a figurehead. He's just the face.
The great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end.
That makes sense. You don't want the Hjor. The Hjor were bloody enough, and if the Hjor knew that you were here, then there might be another hunt for the eye. We might have Heaven's Word 2.0.
I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
So you really just have to chill out here all day. Like, you can't fly around or stretch your legs, or like you really have to just stay put then. It's a rough life.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh shit, I didn't even see that. One of his, because I saw one was a red eye. I guess it, no, they were hiding it from me.
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh.
So Varshahn has his eye. It was given willingly.
The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radz-at-Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
So I was not wrong. I was not entirely wrong about Varshahn in a lot of cases. I mean, I took like 7 million guesses, so I mean, the broken clock is right twice a day, but like, he really is basically the satrap. He's not the satrap, he's more powerful than the satrap. Because Varshahn is the dragon. Varshahn is Vrtra. I wonder if there's like a Hindi pun in there, a play on words, like Varshahn meaning like, I am Vrtra. I don't know if there's something like that going on.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
Okay.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Estinian warm-blood.
It's a good use of his last name right there.
From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another. Yet did neither one of us bear his fangs.
Well, there's no need.
That is all I need know of thee for now.
Oh, this is a cool shot, because you see, it almost looks like it's a three. It almost, because you see the way the eyes are on a level plane there. It almost looks like they're one being now, with Vrtra's left eye as the being's right eye, and Varshahn's right eye as the being's left eye, if that makes sense. That's real. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know if it's called cinematography, but it's whatever that is.
Revealed, I have for you a proposal, not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz-at-Han.
What do you got?
With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence.
I am damn. Oh, it just hit me. So again, from the trailer, there was that scene of Estinian flying around on a dragon with it like fighting beside a dragon. I had thought that was Tiamat before, but maybe it's Vrtra.
Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
Yeah, to about 4 people, I'm guessing.
Thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me.
So we got Urianger will tank, or I'm sorry, Urianger will heal rather. Thancred will tank. Yeah, this can work. Estinian will DPS.
My comrades have contended Recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Paddlethan and Cartanau, I am told.
So maybe we'll fight the lunar... No, this wouldn't be a trial, though. This is going to be a dungeon. Maybe the dungeon will be the dungeon boss will be the lunar Delta Trio, the lunar Magus Sisters.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear.
That's fine. I will be just the tip of your spear.
Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
That's a deal I am happy to agree to.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
Oh, okay. That, and from a gameplay standpoint, that makes sense. That we would, that this wouldn't just be part of the Radz-at-Han branch. That we would all regroup with the folks in Labyrinthos after both of those initial quest lines to do this. Okay.
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go, steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
Can I just take a second to reflect on how fucking cool it is that we're talking to the dragon leader of Radz-at-Han, and he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there being a wise leader, and in the background again, even the whole constitutional monarchy thing, that it's not like he's a secret authoritarian behind the throne. He is. He has all the power in the world, but he's still kind of has stepped back from ruling, for his people's sake. Vrtra is immediately one of the great rulers of the world that we've met. I may be up there with, oh god, I can't believe I'm comparing Vrtra and the Sultana, but they're both comparably good leaders, in my opinion.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Let's go.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
He's just being emo. You'll get used to it.
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radz-at-Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
Yeah, you just have to take the spotlight. Estinian is very dramatic. He loves the spotlight, even if he doesn't like to admit it. This is embarrassing, but there was a time in high school, I thought it would be cool. I thought it would make me look mysterious to wear one glove and not the other, and to act like there was some horrible disfigurement on my hand that I couldn't let anyone know about. And I thought that would help me get girls. And it did not. And no one actually cared or asked, because why would they care and why would they ask? But I feel like Estinian can be a little bit like that at times. Whew. Holy shit. And so yeah, so we're out. I assume if we talk to this guy, he's going to be like, "Be gone." My Meridian Guardsman, be gone. My apologies, but given that the city is in a current state of alert, I cannot let you proceed past this point. Be gone. See, I was right. Okay, Urianger. That we should encounter one of the first brood in such a circumstance. Yeah, I hear you. Estinian. It is our course of action. If our course of action is decided, then let's not tarry. And Thancred. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but now we have a clear objective ahead of us. That we do. Let us rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan, muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. And let me talk to my cat, who just entered the room. Hello, Pigeon. There he is. Thancred. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the ether right here before departing. Unless, of course, you enjoy violent nausea. I have attuned already. No worries there. Wait. Unless you're talking about... No, he's... Okay. Yeah, he's talking about just that first aetheryte. Okay. So I'm going to head back to... I think we've done all the stuff we can here for now, and I will head back to Sharlayan. I'm about to enter the Baldessian Annex to continue with the main story quest, but I just got a present from a friend. My friend Rack just sent me a Unicold, because 2 horns are not always better than 1. I wanted to check this out. You can now summon the Unicold minion. Let's see. Unicold. Symbols of purity and innocence, newborn unicorns are kept by the Ishgardian Church to create holy water used in sacred rites. Is that like making water for unicolds? Is the holy water... Oh, nope, they answer the question right away. A process that involves the creatures dipping their horns in spring water while a sanctified priest blesses it. So unless dipping their horns in sanctified spring water is like a euphemism, I think they just really just put their horn in the water. 4-legged and tall, with a pristine white coat and a single horn protruding from its brow. Brea. I don't know who Brea is. Look at her! My little unicorn. Oh, that's adorable. Look at his little ears wiggle. It's prancing! Oh my god, this is great. Yep, this is going to be my minion for a bit. So let's catch up with these 3. Urianger. Vrtra, his alchemists have prepared us for a foray. Vrtra and his alchemists have prepared us for a foray into the tower. What we may accomplish within its twisted halls remaineth to be seen. That Orcasodra languishing Telophoroi chains doth forewarn us of the nature of our foe. 'Tis the gods of Thavnair who will be summoned to thwart us. Yeah, Estinian. The conflict between Nidhogg and I is the past, and though they were brothers, it has no bearing on my view of Vrtra. Above all else, he is a leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to this endeavor if he bore our kind any ill will. Agreed. I can't help but think as I look on Estinian how grateful I am towards Lady Iceheart, towards Assail, for helping him get to this part of his journey. And Thancred. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnair, we're back in chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, everyone appears to be here, so let us take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Let's. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, anything new from you all? Graha? No, this is all stuff from before. Okay, Kryl. In the dark of the tower, Kryl glances at you with expectant eyes. Since there has been progress in both investigations, shall we share their findings from our respective locales? Let's do so. Yes, nod. Nod, nod. Where are we going to do so? Right here. Oh, this is the get ready to ride music.
Your time in Thavnair has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vrtra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
Agreed, and I'm excited for my first Endwalker dungeon. Here, 20
agree.
parts in.
While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation.
And this can prove that, like, we're doing stuff. This can win us some goodwill.
Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
Oh, I'm so excited to see Matoya again, that salty old witch.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower?
It's a good question. I mean, we can temporarily dispel... I mean, we can So here's that's actually a great point. I hadn't thought of that. Because we can temporarily beat whatever Lunar Primal comes out against us, but like in Shadowbringers, when we get to the end of a dungeon, like we'd have the clear goal. We would, you know, use our power to soak up the Light Warden's ether and like break the hold of eternal light on the city and on that region. Here, I don't know what will happen if we just defeat this, because presumably we still don't necessarily have an easy way to unwrap the Matanga from inside the tower.
According to Orenvold and Fudola's report,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
were unable to free the Emolja.
Exactly.
Plus, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses?
Another good point. If we were just screwed, then they wouldn't even bother defending it.
Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal. Thus, the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them.
You brilliant
It
cat.
stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
Oh, you lovely, lovely cat. Oh, pigeon. I'm not talking to you, but you're lovely too. Okay.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained, and I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within.
That would make sense.
Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
I mean, that sounds optimistic, but I'm oh, let's try it, right? We might as well check.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Yeah, there you go. That's agree. I think that's a good outlook on it.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
That's a fair point, and that's going to suck for when we win and just hear screams of pain.
Our forces. Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself.
Does Ishtola remember how to heal? I know she used to be, but she's in Black Mage mode.
The remaining Scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
What if Alization knows healing spell or two? No, I'm a red mage myself. I'm not going to... I guess... Yeah, I'm not going to bring up Alize. I don't want her to heal. Like, that's someone asking me as a red mage to heal. Like, I'm fine tossing out a Varese every so often, but I'm not going to help heal. Are you sure Alphina's in the right group? Yeah, let's throw a little sass in there.
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
That's actually true also.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sage's armaments to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
And I think your general healing skills as a scholar will carry over well.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radz-at-Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
Do let's.
A military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
Oh, I like it.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Yeah, just make sure to get there. Anyone who needs it, like, make sure to get there early so you can take care of the nausea with some lassi. Punch, punch. Burr. I don't know what burr was. I guess that was supposed to be gur, but it came out as burr. And I like that we're going to be starting from the hatchery, that we're going to use the hatchery as a base, because maybe that'll make it easier for all the displaced folks that we met in the last session or a couple sessions ago, who were trying to get the hatchery up and running again, or trying to live the life of the Hamza hatcher. I hope that they might, like, now they might, this might clear the way for them. We've arrived at the Hamza hatchery. Nabdeen. I don't remember the voice I gave you. Ah, our friend of Eorzea, we've been expecting you. You and yours will lead the mission to the tower, I'm told. The warding scales will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by at the boat we have readied. When your fellows arrive, I will direct them to join you. We pray for your safety and success. Thank you, Nabdeen. Bum, 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 bum. God, I fucking love this music. Okay, and I think this is... Because I think this is going to be the start of the... Is this going to be the start of it? No, not necessarily. But it's close enough. So I'm actually going to wrap it up here. And next time we will take on the Tower of Zot. I think it's going to come pretty quick. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.